Hello, everybody. This is Jade coming to you from a different place. A place that I spent, we got a train toot. A place that I spent a lot of time in when, let me think, I was in my 20s, in my later teens, early 20s. It's very sunny. I was awake before people today, and I just decided to try this out. It's interesting. I haven't really had a lot of experience doing some of the things I really like to do in older places, if that makes sense. Like tarot, for example. I didn't really get into this until I was away from home. And so to bring it to home is very interesting. I feel like there's a nudge or a message related to working on like the things that bring you joy and passion wherever you are, like even at home settings, like to not be afraid or ashamed of doing what you love wherever you are. I feel like there's a message there about that. I just had a lot of insight yesterday when we were driving up to a different part of the state, and the trees, I just saw the trees, and like they were passing me by so fast. I don't know if you've ever felt like when you're driving, sometimes you get the most clarity when you're driving. At least that's, to me, that's always happened. And I felt like I got some clarity and insight. So I would like to share that with you. So let's do a reading here. I'm about to ground my feet. Sit tall. I'm opening my palms. It's so beautiful, all the sounds, just the wind and the trees and the leaves and the birds. I miss this so much. Spirit guides of the highest truth and compassion, I invite you in. I invite you in to co-create a message for the highest good of all. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Full disclosure, I saw a bear, like an actual black bear yesterday in the front of the yard. And it walked over here at some point. I doubt that it'll show up because I'm making noise, but we don't know what surprises we're in for. Here we go. So if you've been here before, then you know I draw a top card for your conscious mind. And today we have the Knight of Pentacles. Gosh, it looks so bright just with the light. I'm sure this lighting is just like intense. The sun is literally in front of me. Excuse me. Knight of Pentacles in our conscious mind. I mean, with that, I get an opportunity, and that's for sure, that resonates with where I've been going. So I don't, if you gravitated towards anything I've said thus far, then you'll know if this resonates for you. Queen of Wands in your unconscious, and don't let the Queen part fool you. It could also be the King of Wands, or however you identify, of Wands. Overall energy, oh wow, is the Nine of Pentacles. I'm feeling myself. Feeling myself. This one wants to land right here. And I think we might have two for advice. So I haven't flipped them over just yet. Underlying the reading is the Ten of Swords and the Ace of Swords. So with this today, I'm mainly getting clarity. An old way is something that we've moved through in the past. Identifying the swords, identifying, are these my swords? Are they not my swords? And allowing ourselves to have a moment of clarity. Now, the other part of this that's standing out to me are the clouds the clouds, something about allowing ourselves to dream, allowing ourselves to dream, allowing ourselves to move through the turbulence to find clarity is another part of this. All right, so I'm going to set this aside. I thought I saw a frog for a second. It was a leaf. It was just a leaf. So I just got this Tarot of the New Vision. So it's very much similar to the original deck, but it's different in the fact that it has different point of view. So like most of the cards show the what's happening on the other side of the person. I'm still getting used to this, all right? So we'll see what happens. I feel called to pull it. And I just feel like Tarot of the New Vision. I feel like we've been working a lot on new beginnings, and it just really spoke to me, like just seeing things differently, finding clarity, getting a new perspective. So, oh no, I don't like, for some reason that was upside down. That's very interesting. I hope you're doing well. If this reading interests you, it means that maybe you also had a moment of clarity, like when I was talking about, like in the car. Could have been a different thing you were doing, but maybe it was a moment of clarity. All right. Here we go. How can we clarify some of this? Knight of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, Nine of Pentacles, energy, spirit. What is that, a song? Maybe it'll come to me later. I'm not really getting it. Five of Cups. That's interesting. I thought I heard something. I swear to God, now everything that I hear is going to be like, is it a bear? Is it a bear? There might be something with that. Well, I was just talking about doing the things that we love to do. And maybe we haven't always had the safe spaces to do the things that we love to do because we maybe thought a bear was coming. If that makes any sense. Like, don't share this in this environment because, you know, in the past it's been torn down, or in the past it's been analyzed to death or whatever. I don't know. That might be for somebody. We're exploring a new way of doing things, new opportunity, new perspective, being brave, allowing ourselves to share, to do what we love to do no matter where we are. I just see a blackbird here. Knight of Pentacles, Five of Cups. So this Five of Cups is new to me. So we have an individual here. We have a river behind them. We have some hills behind them. They visibly look sad, like they've spilled something important. So look at this card. Identify, what speaks out to you the most. And think to yourself, why does that speak out to me the most today? What is it about it? What does this item actually do, and how does it relate to my situation? For me today, the river is really standing out to me, the river and the trees. I think of going with the flow, allowing yourself to go with the flow, allowing myself to go with the flow. I was very embedded in nature these last couple of days, just looking at the trees. And there was something about looking through the trees that gave me clarity. And oh my gosh, and in some of these pockets, there were these little valleys with streams. It was just gorgeous. It was like noticing beauty, being a part of beauty, being a part of a simpler place. I live in a city right now, and so there's not a lot of, it's not just ever present for me anymore, kind of being immersed in nature. Because I'm talking about nature a lot, there could be something with nature that you really enjoy doing, or maybe you want to make it a part of your work. I just got a buzz on my watch. That could be the case. So there is an opportunity. There is an opportunity that has come up. And by opportunity, I don't necessarily mean someone just like, oh, there's an airplane. I don't necessarily mean that someone has just come out from out of nowhere and said, hey, look, I have a job for you. I mean, that could totally be the case, but it could also just be that maybe you had a moment of clarity and it's been stewing in your mind, this thing that you've been thinking about. And so I'm just going to use myself as an example. I have been toying with the idea of like personal training, like me being a personal trainer. In the past, I have worked in sales, and I've definitely, like, I know how to do the job. That's not really the problem. It's more so, do I invest all of my time into this new endeavor? Will it be worthwhile? These are kind of the questions. Like, do I invest all the time into this endeavor? Will it be worthwhile? And you don't really know. You don't ever really know before you get started, right? But there are signs. And I had a moment of clarity when I was in a class. I was taking a class this weekend, and I realized just how much I enjoy, empowering others and fitness, and it wasn't the first time I've had that feeling. Like, if I could take this a little bit further, and I could make this, more something that helps sustain me, kind of a thing. And that is the opportunity. So that's what I'm being guided to share, is that is the opportunity, okay? It wasn't someone coming saying, Jade, here's a job, take it. Like, it was my own thought process. It was my own thought process. So I'm just trying to clarify that, because sometimes I feel like in tarot, I feel more like a down-to-earth reader, tarot person. And sometimes I feel like with tarot, and I know it's an art form, and I respect that very much, people can get really tied up in, oh, this is just going to happen. This is just going to happen. I don't have to do anything in order to make it happen. And that's just not the case. The majority of the time, you have to do all of the stuff to make it happen. Nobody else is going to do it for you. So this loss is very interesting to me, because with this Knight of Pentacles, it's a very bright energy of new beginning, a new idea, I just got a new life, a new way forward, a new job, a new way to sustain yourself. And it's very much grounded in passion, because this red is really standing out to me on the bottom. And the Five of Cups, it's almost like the feeling I get is not being able to let go of something we've lost. I don't know what that would be for you. You have to identify, like, what on this card stands out to you. What does it remind you of that could lead you there? And I mean, for me, I'm very gravitated towards this water and these trees. I feel like I've lost quite a bit. Not to make this about me, but to help you kind of identify how to read cards for yourself. I feel like I've lost connection to my home. And in doing that, I feel I've lost connection to being really in my truth the majority of the time. When I was living here full time, not necessarily here, but around here, I was very connected to my truth. I knew what was for me. I knew what wasn't for me. I was very clear, very, very clear. And then when we moved, which maybe this is a part of your reading, maybe you recently moved, that could be a part of it. Maybe you move a lot. That's just another thing I'm getting. Maybe you're a person, or you are a part of a family that moves a lot, like maybe a military family. Sometimes, and this might not be as hard for you as it was for me, but the clarity, it changed because there were other outside, quote unquote, threats. Like, a new place, a new environment, a new people, a new culture, a new way of life, new everything, and having to get used to it. And that kind of rocked my center. So this is how I'm interpreting it. I'm using myself today a lot as an example, and I'm totally fine with doing that. I feel like that's going to be helpful for identifying your own message. Maybe you have your own cards, and when you turn this on, you also do one in your that's a great idea. And one in your conscious, one in your unconscious, one overall energy, two for advice, or one for advice, whatever you feel. And we're working through it together. Like, I'm showing you the way that I read so that you can do this for yourself, because this is a skill that everybody can do for themselves. It's not like secret magic, though you make it magic. So in your unconscious, you have the 10 of Cups. I believe in your unconscious, you know exactly what you want. Excuse me. Maybe there's an idea you've been toying with, or something has just been coming back. I believe in your unconscious, you know exactly what you want, and it would make you happy. That's what I'm getting, and it would make you happy. The overall energy, oh, that's funny. We've got the Hangman with the 9 of Pentacles. So that's pretty big insight energy. And you know what's funny about this Hangman variation is, so usually when we see the Hangman, we see the, like, we see the man on the front side of him. Now we're on the back. And so on the front side of him, which is funny, there's all these people, and they're kind of heckling him and booing him or just giving him a hard time. But the front of this card, traditionally, you know, he looks very peaceful. Like, you don't see the people in the background. You just see that he's suspended, and he has this golden crown over his head, like he's having an insight. He's allowing himself to get away from all of the hustle and bustle and all of the noise, and just be, to have clarity. And for some reason, if the feeling I get is this person is doing that. This person is doing that. This person is taking themselves away by, like, allowing themselves to be bound, to have that moment of clarity. And they're doing it no matter what anybody says. Like, you know, they're doing it no matter what anybody says, which goes very well with the reading. You know, like, doing what you want to do and bringing it to whatever environment, having the confidence to do that, no matter what anybody says, or no matter what the old stories were. That's a part of the message that I'm getting. I'm with this lady here, and the way that they're holding the bird, a lot of what I'm getting is like the story of, and it could be she or he, she wants to nurture what she holds most dear. She wants to nurture what she holds most dear. He wants to nurture what he holds most dear. So what is that? What is that? I believe you know what it is, because with the Hangman and all of this in your unconscious, you definitely know what it is. If it hasn't fully come to your conscious mind, I think it's about to. I definitely think it's about to. I'm just looking at the bottom of the deck. Eight of Cups and the 4 of Wands. Letting go of something to embrace what's meant for you. That was a message that just came out. Letting go of something to embrace what's meant for you. Letting go of something to embrace what's meant for you. Letting go, for me, I think letting go of an old way of doing things, and letting go of a comfort zone, letting go of the idea that it's not going to work out, because I've tried so many jobs in my life, and they've all felt, for a moment, I felt like I found home there, but it just never, and I just got to train on this. I feel like I need to be talking about this. I thought I found a home there, but it never really was something that I could do for a long period of time. And, you know, like this personal training thing, I don't know how long I will do it for. Hopefully for longer than I've done anything else. But it definitely aligns with all of the other goals that I have for myself. That's another thing that wants to come out, is if you're looking at doing some kind of work and you're just not sure what to do, ensuring that if you know in your mind at the end of the road what you want, like, you know, when I, you know, before I retire or before I die, you know, I want to be able to accomplish whatever. Maybe it's writing a book. Maybe it's, I don't know, saving an ecosystem, because we're talking about nature. Maybe it's doing research and finding a cure for something. I don't know why all of these things are coming out, but like big life goals, you know, like things that aren't necessarily like, I'll get that done on Tuesday, you know. As long as you find, what I'm being guided to channel is like work that takes you steps towards that goal. like either in the field or skills that are going to align you with that goal. That is really all that matters. It doesn't have to be, I'll get that done on Tuesday, as long as you're moving towards the goal. And so, I mean, one of my life goals, I think, I'm pretty sure, it's in my unconscious, not totally in my conscious mind, has something to do with yoga and bringing it to more people, meditation, bringing it to more people. And so, and just how we can, really change our mindset by the way we move our body and the way we take care of ourselves. So that's all very much in line, right? Like this personal training thing, that would help me. That would help give me skills to one day bring that to life. Even if it's not exactly 100% the same, there's still going to be a lot of skills that would help me bring that to fruition. So I'm going to take that or leave it. This isn't really meant to be a career read, but now I feel like it's kind of turning into one. Oh, so our advice is the Ace of Cups and the Three of Swords. The message I'm getting is there are things we've had to let go of in order to embrace what we love to do. Like, and these things that we have let go of, it's been very, 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 very hard. It's been very hard. It hasn't just been like an easy thing to let go of. It's been something that's brought heartbreak. I kind of want to pull a confirmation on this using one of each of my new vision and my deck imbued with Empress energy, because the Three of Swords is really heavy. Gosh, all of my stuff smells so good. We were traveling and we bought these air fresheners for the car. And it was a rental car, so I didn't want to leave it in the car. And, hi, Mom. I'm doing a reading and my mom just came outside. And we bought these air fresheners for the car. And I wanted to take it because I didn't want them to take it. It was a nice air freshener. I left it in my backpack, and the next time that I went traveling, my whole backpack smelled like air freshener, and it was like a very manly smelling air freshener. So now all my stuff smells like very manly. All right, so Spirit Guides, I'm going to make this a short one. Spirit Guides are the highest truth and compassion. Thank you so much for being here. What is it that we can share about this Ace of Cups, Three of Swords? Oh my gosh, I'm sweating. This is probably going to be a short one, y'all. I'm sweating. I'm just going to cut this like that. Here we go. Whew. Well, we got the Five of Cups again. So let me just show this to you. Oh, this is interesting. So with this Ace of Pentacles, we've got the Five of Cups in your conscious, and in the unconscious, we have the Nine of Pentacles. So our overall energy, we also have the Nine of Pentacles, but this lady, now we see the backside of her. There's a world of opportunity. There's a world of opportunity. Maybe with this, we're thinking about what we've lost more than seeing the world of opportunity. And at some point, the bridge is going to come. The gap is going to be bridged at some point with this new idea. It's already in your unconscious, is what I'm getting. It's already there. You just have to see it. Maybe part of this is, what can you do to give yourself clarity to see this idea, to bring it to your conscious mind? Like yesterday, I went driving. Is there something like that for you? It could be like something with water. I'm getting something like we're in the shower, or like running is another one. Like something where you're kind of just focused on something very repetitive, like your breath and your body movement, and maybe it'll give you a moment of clarity. Take it or leave it. Oh, that's funny. Well, this is interesting. This is a new deck. So one of my cards I got is just like not really an actual card. It's like a blank card, though the Hermit is on it. And Page of Wands. We have Page of Wands in the conscious with the Three of Swords. I think something is a bit of a mystery because we've gotten this kind of card here. It has something to do with looking within. It has something to do with looking within, but with this hermit, as you can see, there's a snake right behind them. There's a snake right behind them. And so maybe in the unconscious, we have this feeling of it's really difficult to get grounded and find our center, because if we do that, we have to be dormant enough. We have to allow ourselves to be comfortable enough, and maybe in your environment, you just don't feel very comfortable. That resonates here in some ways, so I feel like that's in alignment. In your conscious, you just want to explore all of the things that you're interested in, is what I'm getting. And so with the advice is definitely finding a moment of clarity. How can you help yourself find a moment of clarity? And I'm going to pull one more card and then we're going to be done. So that's going to be the question for Spirit, is how can we allow ourselves to find a moment of clarity, to move forward to the opportunity that we know is in our unconscious. Spirit, is there anything else we can share? I am so hot right now, you guys. Like, I am just dying. I am sweating. My neck, my back. Okay, let's see here. All that glitters. We got all that glitters. And go the distance on the bottom. All that glitters and go the distance on the bottom. Number 16. A need to see beyond the superficial, the desire to don a mask or dress something up to disguise its true nature, trying to be something you're not, chasing after every sparkly new thing, being mercurial. The oracle's message: it's only human to want to adorn oneself in trinkets, paint a pretty picture of oneself. It's natural to want to acquire the trappings of status or to deny them as a statement of rebellion. But if it sparkles, is it better? Whether it's a fast car, a big house, a title or position, the stamp of authority, or the sparkling of diamonds, these icons let you know something about a person, place, or thing. Or do they? The truth is that people seek to acquire things because of what they will do for them, and how they symbolically will elevate them and make them more attractive. This card signals that it's time to see beyond the adornments and probe underneath the surface. That is similar to what we've been talking about, just getting into your unconscious. Learn to recognize the masks people wear and the motives underlying them. Imagine that all the glitter is gone. Would you still desire the object or person? This took on a different meaning. I'm going to read the prosperity part, and then we are going to say adios. Sometimes an opportunity looks so good that it glitters like gold. And you just can't resist it, especially when it appears others are doing so well and have hit the mother lode. During the American gold rush, everyone hurried west to find their fortune and then deserted entire towns after the mining depleted the gold veins in the earth. So too can you deplete yourself as you chase after the latest shiny thing that has caught your eye. There is a mercurial quality to your present circumstances. Pay no attention to those who chase after fool's gold. Resist the temptation to be jealous of others. What they have achieved may not be the true success you seek, so don't compare yourself to them. You see only the surface right now. Yeah, and that's very much in alignment. That's very much in alignment. There's something in your unconscious that glitters way more than gold. And we're paying attention to something that isn't what our true heart's desire is. Be assured that you'll experience your own shining moment if you stick to what you know. All that glitters may not be gold for you. So this takes on slightly new meaning. And maybe there's some of us that are paying attention to things that seem really great on the surface. And that could be a job. Maybe you're mulling over an opportunity, but it just doesn't really feel right. Or maybe you're paying attention to stuff, like actual stuff, like wanting things for whatever reason, but it's not really giving you what you truly want. all I have to say is see through the mask. That's what I'm getting with this, is see through the mask. You are protected and you are being guided to that moment of clarity, to that moment of clarity. And so I think with that, because this is why I pulled the card, was how can we give ourselves a moment of clarity? What can we do for ourselves? It's looking beyond the mask. Have you fully looked beyond your own mask yet? And I can say, I don't know that I have. And so if I were to put myself in more places, doing things that bring me more clarity, letting go of the way I think things should be done, and really trying to bring myself back to myself, I think then more of an insight might come. And I share that just as a nugget. The journey goes ever on. So thank you for being here. Ooh, I love you so much. Have a great day. Bye-bye.